Text messaging, social media, phone calls, being accessible nearly every second of the day has become the mainstream. But have you ever thought about what message we're sending to our kids about cell phone etiquette? Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine editor Angela Ardolino is here now with some advice for us. Always good to see you.
You too.
First of all, let's talk about boundaries and creating a quiet zone. Certainly nothing worse than being in a restaurant, at a movie theater, and somebody's just yapping away.
Unfortunately, a lot of adults lead bad examples for teenagers when it comes to cell phone etiquette. But only you as the parent can decide whether a teenager is ready for a cell phone or not. And if you do decide that they are ready, meaning they can take responsibility for it, they're mature enough to understand how it operates, then you need to tell them what the boundaries are. What are the rules of having that cell phone? When are the quiet times? When do we not use the cell phone? When do we use the cell phone? I think there's nothing worse than being at a family dinner or a movie or an event and the teenager in the group is looking down, texting or talking to someone or whatever it is. There needs to be boundaries. You need to say, turn off the cell phone during dinner time, movie time, family time, church, whenever you feel it's inappropriate for them to get a text, for them to be on their phone, that it needs to go away. So it's really important for parents. We are the teachers who tell them how they should be using their phone. And then, like I said, there's going to be adults who are setting bad examples, and you can say to them, okay, do you hear how that person's talking in the movie theater or texting during the movie theater? That's rude. Show them bad examples and say, does that irritate you? Okay, well then you don't do it either. So it's really important for you to decide. I know one of the biggest problems I had is that when they went to bed, laying in bed, they're in bed, you think they're asleep and they're under their covers texting. So it's important for you to think of all the times that the phone should be turned off and when it should and shouldn't be used.
Okay, let's talk about setting a good example. Sometimes teenagers may not know which conversations are appropriate to have. So as a parent, we need to talk about this is what you can talk about on your cell phone because other people may be listening.
Well, it goes back to anything that is sent over a cell phone, anything that's being said on a cell phone or text, you're sending it out to the world. For them to understand that anytime they pick that up and send a message or a picture or tell someone something, that it's out there in the world.
There's a record of it.
There's a record of it. So it's very important for them to be careful with their choices of what they're going to say. Imagine if you lose your phone, someone may not understand. And again, people doing bad examples is a great way to say, okay, well, you heard a story about the girl you went to school with and how she sent that picture out and how it's all over the world. So it's very important for them to understand the power that's in that cell phone.
And very quickly, we have to talk about texting and driving. Very important conversation to have.
I don't believe the cell phone should be used in the car at all, whether you're an adult or a teenager.
No hands-free at all either. Just put it away.
Especially for a teenager. They're so, they get so distracted so easily. Even having a passenger who is a teenager in the car with one driving, talking and texting is a distraction.
Absolutely.
So I say no cell phones in the car at all. You need to be parked, you need to be stopped, and then that's the appropriate time.
Good advice. And Angela will be back with us next week. We'll talk about finding a tutor for your kids. If you missed any of the points that she talked about or you want to share the information with another parent, just go to abcactionnews.com. You can also find help with a variety of parenting issues on the Tampa Bay Parenting website, tbparenting.com. While you're there, you can sign up for a subscription to Tampa Bay Parenting Magazine. Dan?